Hey all. So, sorry I'm looking at my phone right now. I was getting an error message and I'm trying to see if I'm actually live. Yes, I am. Okay, great. It was telling me I wasn't live and all kinds of things, so just trying to get that worked out. Welcome. Thanks for joining me again this afternoon or this evening or whenever you're watching this. The heart behind this time is just to kind of slow down a little bit, to play some songs. I'm going to talk about a couple of things in those songs and pray a little bit, and just to kind of find a space to catch a deep breath and to sing these songs along with me, or to kind of let the truth of them wash over you, or kind of whatever you need in that space. And so this week, we're kind of in between these really beautiful and interesting weeks on our Sundays. And so Sunday, this last week, we talked about naming our deaths, and what it looks like to name those and to fully kind of surrender into those things. And this coming Sunday, Taryn is going to be teaching us, and she's talking about claiming your births and new life. And so these songs that we're going to sing today, I just felt strongly that these are like appropriate to kind of take us on that journey from like naming our deaths and being willing to kind of step fully into those things, claim those things fully, and then to kind of move into the understanding of new life. Rick talked about this really beautiful thing that's terminal death versus paschal death, and terminal death being you die and something is dead and it's over, and paschal death meaning the death that comes at Easter is a death to move into newness, to move into new life, to move into resurrection. And so that's our hope today is to do a little bit of that, to find ourselves in all of those spaces and to hold space for all of those. So I'm going to pray for us, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about this first song, and then we'll get singing. So God, we are so grateful for time and a space to hold space for all of these things, naming our deaths and being able to fully give ourselves over to this process of grief and of laying things down and of moving then because of that into new life, that you call us to those places of laying down and dying to so many things that allow us to walk further into life with you, further into joy and hope with you. So would you allow this time to be that as well? Thanks, God. Amen. This first song is called Fix My Eyes, and I've been drawn to this song for a long time. The first line just says, "When my heart is weary, when my soul is weak," and I've felt that from so many people in this season. And it just says, "I survey the glory of your agony." That beautiful line of understanding that like God himself is present with us in all of this weariness. And that's what we see on the cross is God stepping into humanity to be present in that with us. So, when my heart is weary, when my soul is weak, when it seems I can't traverse the trail before me, I survey the glory of your agony, and I find the will to fight for what's before me. 'Cause you ran the race, enduring for your glory, and I fix my eyes on you, the founder and the finisher of our faith. I fix my eyes on you, the solace in your suffering is my strength. As I fight to follow, you're my righteous guide, and you train me to delight in all that's holy. Cure my broken body, cure my crooked stride. Throw off every weight and sin that clings so closely. I will run the race, enduring for your glory. And I fix my eyes on you, the founder and the finisher of our faith. I fix my eyes on you, the solace in your suffering is my strength. You help me breathe. You're the only life I need. You died for me. You're the only life I need. You help me breathe. You're the only life I need. You died for me. You're the only life I need. And I fix my eyes on you, the founder and the finisher of our faith. I fix my eyes on you, the solace in your suffering is my strength. Yeah, this next song is one that for me has become really familiar. We're going to sing Amazing Grace. And I think for some people this song has become really familiar. And as I was looking through songs and thinking through kind of these themes of death into life and naming our deaths, there's this really beautiful line that I kind of reconsidered maybe for the first time in a long time that says, "'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved." That when we find ourselves in this place of like naming our deaths and finding the grace in that to move into new life, I think there's like this tension, there's this paradox that there's maybe a lot of fear in that. If I let go of something I know and hold on too deeply, there's fear of what's on the other side of that. But it's grace that teaches me to fear, and grace also that relieves my fear because I'm led into new life. When I lay those things down, when I'm led into those places, then I also find new life. And so it's grace that taught me to do that, and grace that my fears relieve. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did and snares. I have already come. 'Twas grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. And when we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. You unravel me with a melody. You surround me with song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears are gone. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you've chosen me. Love has called my name. I've been born again into your family. Your blood flows through my veins. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I am surrounded by the arms of a Father. I am surrounded by songs of the sons and the daughters. Let us sing our I am a child of God. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I just have a sense of that being like, I'm not a slave to fear of what it means to lay down those things, to lay down what has been normal in life, to lay down what have been my routines, to lay down what life looks like. As we talk about naming our deaths, like there is a lot of fear in that, because we don't know what's on the other side. But to sing those words, I'm no longer a slave to fear, because I have this understanding that God is calling me into deeper and richer and truer life. So we're going to sing that again with that understanding of, it's not just the fear of circumstance, it's not just the fear of like sickness, it's not just those kinds of fears, but it's also the fear of laying those down and naming our deaths and putting those things to death so that we can find new life on the other side of them. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. This next song is called "This Is Not the End," and I'm trying to figure out what to say about it because I have so many things running through my head. I have this sense of, so as we talk about this whole thing of like naming deaths and moving into new life, for me, what that's looked like in my life is a lot of these like cycles of like doubt and questioning and asking lots of questions of like, who is God really? Is this understanding that I have of God, who He is really? And I think for a long time I understood God to be this God that was like distant and far away, and then Jesus came to like save me from that distant, far away, angry God. And there was a time in my life where like I really felt like God was calling me to lay down that understanding of Him, because that's not who He is. He was saying to me like, that's not who I am. The love and the sacrifice that you see in Jesus is who I am. And that felt really scary, because I wasn't sure if I was laying something down that was truth or walking away, or if I was going to find community on the other side of that if I believed something other than that. And this song, I think, is that same piece of like calling us into that death, because now my understanding and my experience of God is so much richer and sweeter when I understand God to be complete self-sacrificing love. And so this song, in a live version on an album, has this spoken word that I'm going to talk about here for just a minute, and then we're going to sing the song. This is not the end. This is not the end. This bride, you and I will rise, come alive like third day morning, first breaths of Christ. Sing like the winds and the leaves do, hum like the souls of the old do. This is not the end. This is not the end. not the end. This is not the end of this. We will open our eyes wide, wider. This is not our last. This is not our last breath. We will open our mouths wide, wider. You'll be alright. And you know you'll be alright. This is not the end. This is not the end of us. We will shine like the stars, bright, brighter. As I was going through again songs for today, I felt really compelled to sing this song. It's called Find the Light, and it's by David Ramirez. And my hope for this song is just to kind of sing it and have you listen and maybe just sit with your hands like palms facing up open, just in a posture of receiving what this song has to say. I think a lot of times it's hard to just sit and receive and listen. But I felt compelled by this song. It's just this wish of my heart, and I believe God's heart for you. And it says, I wish upon you peace. I wish upon you grace. I wish for less of what you want and more of what you need. I wish upon you an old life with a heart that stays young, but most of all, I wish upon you love. And there's these really beautiful understandings. In the chorus we sing, as the sun sets, the moon begins to rise. So even in the darkness, you'll find the light. So this is going to be our last song for today. And I just want you to maybe end the time by just finding a quiet spot, sitting with your hands open, with your palms facing up in a posture of just sort of receiving what this song has to offer. I wish upon you peace. I wish upon you grace. I wish for less of what you want, more of what you need. Wish upon you an old life with a heart that stays young. Most of all, I wish upon you love. I wish upon you truth when all you feel is doubt. I hope you know that an open mind still knows when to shut things out. I wish upon you a brave heart that will always rise above. Most of all, I wish upon you love. As the sun sets, well, the moon begins to rise. So even in the darkness, you'll find the light. You'll find the light. You'll find the light. Yes, even you'll find the light. I wish upon you an easy life. I wish upon you hard times. I hope you know that both joy and pain each need their moment to shine. I wish you ears that are quick to listen, that you're slow to use that tongue. Most of all, I wish upon you love. 'Cause as the sun sets, well, the moon begins to rise. So even in the darkness, you'll find the light. You'll find the light. You'll find the light. You'll find the light. Yes, even in the darkness, you'll find the light. God, would you, in these coming days and weeks and months ahead, allow us to see and experience your glorious light? Even when we find ourselves in deep darkness, would you allow us to see and experience your light, your goodness, your joy? God, would you allow us to name the deaths of the things in our lives that we've been holding on to? Would you allow us to step fully into the grief of those things and the loss of what is normalcy and the loss of life as we knew it, and even, God, the loss of people around us that is so painful. And God, as we step into those things and as we step fully into that grief, would you bring life from those seeds? Would you allow us to plant those deaths in the ground, knowing that there is resurrection and there is life and there is newness and there is hope on the other side of those things? God, we believe in that Easter kind of death and that Paschal death that allows us to believe in resurrection and life on the other side of death. And so would you allow us to experience that? Would you show us the places in your life where you've already done that and are doing that in these moments? Thanks, God. Amen. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Love you all. We'll talk to you soon.